explicit and implicit informational content of the genome. Why did Stent choose to focus on this particular story? Because it clearly illustrates that there is, as he would put it, implicit informational content in the genetic code. That implicit information includes all of the normal mechanisms of development. In each generation, complexity is reproduced during development, including embryogenesis, as well as the early life of juveniles, such as kittens. Complexity consists of hierarchical layers of complex molecular and cellular organization that emerge in a stepwise fashion. An understanding of the phenotype of any animal in general, and the Siamese cat in particular, requires detailed empirical knowledge about the inner workings of cells and the molecular and cellular interactions that reproduce complex levels of organization during development of the individual. Any intelligent being would need to know about these things in order to understand their developmental and evolutionary origins. The idea that a superintelligent being could deduce this information from the genetic code alone is, by 21st century standards, preposterous. As Stent put it, what they would have to know above all is that the actual cat or feline phenome arises from a fertilized egg containing the feline DNA nucleotide sequences by an epigenetic process of embryonic and juvenile development. Moreover, the aliens would have to understand the epigenetic relation between phenome and genome. The aliens could not, regardless of their level of intelligence and technical sophistication, work out this relation by a semantic analysis of the feline DNA, for the reason that epigenetic relations cannot be found in the DNA. The complex organization of the individual must be reproduced in each generation by a sequential series of interactions. At each stage of development, higher levels of organization emerge from previous interactions. These, in turn, lay the groundwork for still higher levels of emergent organization that depend on the scaffold provided by previous interactions. Any reasonable metaphor for the reproduction of complexity during development and the evolution of the determinants of development must take implicit informational content into account. But the appeal of explanations based on mathematical expressions, probability, and determinism is very strong, especially among physical scientists and mathematical theorists.